Good evening. I want to thank and welcome everyone and call to order this meeting of the Floresville ISD Board of Trustees for this date, June 1st, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. Let the record show that there is a quorum of board members present. Myself, Stephen Shadrach, Dr. Liana Martinez, Mr. Craig Mutes, Mr. Marshall Fleer, Dr. Joel Odom, and Mr. Taylor Showhouse. Furthermore, let the record show that this meeting has been duly posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. This is an open meeting and we welcome members of the public to observe. Please note that the public comment should be reserved for the public comment portion of the agenda. We kindly ask that no comments or questions be made outside of that time. Should you have any comments or questions, you're welcome to contact the administration directly. Thank you for your cooperation. We will have Mr. Fleer lead us off in prayer, followed by Mr. Showhouse with the pledges.
Bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening with hearts full of gratitude as we conclude another school year. We thank you for the accomplishments of our students, the dedication of our teachers and staff, the support of our families, and the commitment of all who have worked together to serve the children of our district. As we reflect on the year that has passed, we are grateful for the lessons learned, the challenges overcome, and the successes celebrated. We ask your continued blessing upon our graduates as they begin new chapters in their lives, and upon all of our students as they enjoy a safe, restful, and enriching summer. Lord, watch over our educators, employees, and families during the weeks ahead. Grant them rest and renewal after a year of hard work and service. Protect those who travel, strengthen those facing difficulties, and bring peace and joy to every home in our community. As a board, guide our discussions and decisions tonight with wisdom, integrity, and shared commitment to doing what is best for every student. As we look ahead to the beginning of a new school year in August, help us prepare the vision, purpose, and hope for our opportunities that lie before us. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to you, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you all. Mr. Hughes will now recite our FISD vision and mission statement.
FISD vision and mission statements. The FISD vision statement is character, knowledge, confidence. Our mission statement is FISD is committed to the development of innovative, lifelong learners who possess character traits to achieve personal and professional success.
Thank you. Dr. Martinez will now recite our FISD goals, please.
The FISD goals are excellent student outcomes, superior workplace environment, exceptional customer service and community engagement, strategic resource management.
We will now do a round robin of the board recitation of the FISD core beliefs. Our FISD core beliefs are: in FISD, we believe all students feel safe and supported in a developmentally and academically challenging environment.
Families are welcome partners in their children's education.
Faculty and staff are compassionate, dedicated, adaptable individuals who are student-centered.
Campus leadership is fair, equitable, and clearly communicates and engages with stakeholders.
Superintendent and central administration lead with integrity, transparency, and clear communication to provide a well-resourced educational environment.
Trustees provide student-centered and fiscally responsible leadership and transparent and ethical support of all stakeholders.
Thank you all. Dr. Odom will now recite our overview of the good governance and the code of ethics, please.
Each month we highlight one of our good governance indicators and code of ethics that the FISD Board of Trustees follow up to promote the best interest of the district as a whole. This month for the code of ethics we are highlighting student-centered focus. I will be continuously guided by what is best for all students of the district. Our good governance indicator for this month is: the board has a code of ethics for itself and promotes ethical behavior and the governance structure throughout the organization and in interactions with workforce, vendors, and stakeholders.
Thank you all. We will now have recognition presented by the Masonic Lodge, Mr. Montez. I will now pass it over to you, sir.
Thank you. The first thing I'd like to appreciate and thank y'all for letting us come with Lamar Award for the junior high kids, teacher appreciation, fantastic teach, and recognizing all the scholarships that we give. And we appreciate it for letting us come on the school board for that. Right now we have 2 awards for 2 teachers, which we select from the teachers that y'all select every month. So out of that, we select 2 teachers, one from a primary, one from a secondary. The primary teacher I heard is not here, so I want to give the secondary award to Miss Stephanie Carmona, teacher this year.
Tiffany, come on up.
Check for $100 bill and for a Lamar Award medal. He was the second elected president of the Republic of Texas. And he won the University of Texas. He's been a coach. Thank you very much. Now, thank you very much for
Mr. Cremona, we thank you for everything you do for our teachers, and we certainly appreciate the Masonic Lodge for recognizing that. It doesn't go unnoticed, and it's the small things that you do every day that makes a big difference in every student. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Masonic Lodge for your support.
Ready? 1, 2. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Next, we will have our baseball and softball academic all-state recognitions. Coach Martinez.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Mr. Shawrock and Dr. Chubb, I appreciate, I'm honored today and have the privilege to introduce y'all standing right here. You guys are the star of the show. You want to see me. Honored today to be able to recognize our softball and baseball team after a great season they had, long season. So they're our last sports group to get recognized for their academic all-state achievement. And I couldn't be prouder of them. And I turn it over to Coach Trevino because ladies first always, right? We'll let softball go first and then we'll do baseball.
Thank y'all for allowing us to be here. We have 2 of our seniors. We have Gabby Castillo and then Josie Fazy. Josie got second team academic all-state, and then Gabby got honorable mention academic all-state. A little bit about them. Josie, she's always been the mom of the team. She's been on varsity for 4 years. If Josie's there, we know the team's in safe hands. So her leaving this year makes me a little nervous, but we know she's going to do great things. She is committed to play at California Intercontinental University to play softball. And then Gabby is going to Corpus A&M. So, starting this year, we did have a head coaching change. So we really wanted to push academics this year just because we know that for most athletes than not, they're going to go to college just for school. So we want to make sure their grades were good, their GPA was high, and whenever you have seniors like them to buy into that and to achieve awards like this, it makes that process easy and just allows others to follow. So we're super proud of them, and we know they're going to do great things in college and in life. But yeah, that's Josie and Gabby.
Folks, come on over and talk about the baseball team.
So we have 4 that were academic all-state.
If you don't mind, go over here, that way that camera can get you.
So we have 4 that were academic all-state for us. I'm just going to start off with Ryan Street. He was our manager, statistician really for us, and does a great job for us. Logan Westbrook, he was our second baseman. Austin, which is our shortstop, and then Ryan Salazar, which is basically one of our base runners, and whenever he got in, okay? Other than that, these kids basically, get after it. These are 4 kids that you don't have to worry about grades or anything like that. They go out, they work, they do what they got to do, and this is why they're successful.
All right. Great. Want to announce what they got real quick, Mr. Girl? You have that?
Yes, sir. So, present it all. correct?
Just the academic, also, just the academic stuff.
Yes. Austin Byers of the Academic Office State. Very nice. No, you're not last. You're in the back though. Okay, maybe you're right. You're right in the back. Ryan Street. There you go, sir. Nolan Westbrook. Academic All-State. And then Ryan Tyler, Academic All-State.
Go ahead.
I know that, being recognized for Academic All-Star is a really big achievement. And it's a testimony to the hard work and persistence that you put into what you do every day. You know that we know it takes a lot of practice to go out there on the field and be ready for all the different plays and a lot of skill set that is involved in what you're doing. And the fact that you're able to maintain high grades at the same time is a testimony to just how successful you're going to be on later in life. Are y'all seniors or
Yes.
you're all graduating? We wish you the best of luck, and we know that you've mastered the skills that you need to be a successful citizen, and we wish you luck, and hopefully some of you will come back and work with our program again in the future. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. We'll take it.
Okay, you guys get everybody ready. 1, 2, 3. Let me take one more. 1, 2. All right, got it.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations. Academic All-State. Thank you. Mr. Street.
Ryan.
Thank you.
Recognize you. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations. I appreciate it. Get your direction, guys.
We will now have our baseball regional qualifiers against Coach Martinez.
Yes, sir. Really honored today to recognize our Tiger baseball team after an incredible season they had, historic season. Really proud of them. I watched these guys
Two rows. Come on up here.
fit in there. Small guys in the front.
They're all tall.
Just really proud of these guys and what they were able to accomplish this year. Watching these guys work through the offseason, into the season, overcoming a lot of adversity and different things. Just really proud of what they were able to achieve today under our baseball staff's leadership. I'll turn it over to Coach Sal to talk about our team some more.
As Coach Sal comes over, I just want to say these guys made it to the regional finals, which means they were in the top 8 in the state of Texas. I know typically we recognize kids in groups whenever they get to the state level, but particularly with team sports, whenever they get to the regional finals, that is something special. There's only 2 teams in the state of Texas that go to the finals. These guys were in the top 8, so that's why you're standing before us today. And it is not that they're all blonde, that's why they made it. But they did all that once they got in the playoffs. But I just want to say congratulations. I'll turn it over to Coach Sal.
Just want to say this is a great group of kids to work with. For us, we went 15-0 the second half of district into the playoffs. So that's something that's, I didn't even notice that till we were done playing. I was like, we won 15 games in a row. Okay, so it's a testimony on how much they worked and got after it and played well together. All right. We have numerous of all district players. Go ahead and hand these out also. So we have Emmett Nettles. He was our second team all district third baseman. Every year that I've been here, or every year usually for the last possibly 20 years, I've always carried a freshman or two, something like that. All right, and it's not because they're just freshmen; it's because they're good freshmen that play well. All right, Isaiah Jimenez, he was a first team all district outfielder, freshman. Isaiah Ayala, he was a district freshman of the year. Jacob Guevara, he was first team pitcher. Jaden Moreno, he was a first team all district first baseman pitcher. Joe Nathan Garcia, second team all district outfielder. Landon Moots, district sophomore of the year. Leighton Latka, district defensive MVP. And we have Madam Williamson. Then I have Aiden Flores, honorable mention all district catcher. And Chase Schultz. Is that everybody? Everybody? Sir. Yes. All right. And again, thank you for your support. Like I said before, this is a good group of kids. They work together well. Whenever they play together, they really get after. All right. Oh, did we not put those in? Oh, you have it. Okay, Austin Byer was our MVP of the district. All right. And that's about it.
Thank you.
Well, gentlemen, to address y'all publicly, I mean, we know you had a hell of a season. 35 plus years since somebody in Forestville baseball has gone that far. That's tremendous. We were at one point 4th or 5th in the district, and y'all fought y'all's way back to be 2nd and finish and be regional qualifiers. Speaks volumes for y'all as a team, as coaches, to have that drive. When it comes to life, y'all have done a hell of a job of representing yourself, the community, and FISD. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck down the road. To the seniors, to the underclassmen that are going to be coming back, hope like hell to see y'all back out here again. So best of luck to all of y'all.
Thank you.
I'll get 2 rows of this one.
Team picture, come on now.
Okay, now this side definitely gotta get in the front.
All right. Find, there we go. Find a window back there. Okay, take a couple of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, don't move.
Don't move. Parents, come on up here and get a good picture if you want to.
I'm just gonna ask y'all for the picture.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. If y'all don't mind shaking the board's hand back to you.
Look and smell all you.
Congratulations again. Thank you, sir. Good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Sir.
Thank you.
I got rid of it. You got rid of it. Every year. Okay, you got it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
We will now recognize our track state qualifiers, Coach Martinez.
I used to represent, two groups at a time. All right, Rishon.
There you go.
You don't understand this, Coach. You gotta leave.
I am the coach, I promise.
Thank you, Board. I appreciate the opportunity to recognize our track team. Really excited about what they're able to accomplish. While I'm really proud of our boys, and I'll let Coach speak on them, I just want to speak of Coach Rod and Coach Valadez and the job they do with our track program. They've done a tremendous job of building it from the ground up. You go to junior high practice or anything, those guys are out there with them, really doing a good job of building it the right way, and I couldn't be more proud of what they've been able to accomplish, and I look forward to what they do in the future. Coach Valadez?
Back-to-back district champs?
Yes, sir. Don't get them started. They'll go
I promise I'll keep it short. I like to brag about my guys a lot. So again, we had a tremendous season this year. Can brag about these three guys all day. I'll start by talking about Lucky. He's our senior pole vaulter. I don't know if you know a whole lot about pole vault, but it's pretty technical. It's probably the most technical event we have in track and field. And Lucky committed to his craft. I mean, he's the definition of perseverance. I mean, last year we were 14th at regionals. This year we turned around. He was 13 feet last year. This year he is our school record holder in pole vault. He's went 15 feet this year. We ended up, like I said, we were 14th at regionals last year. This year we vaulted in probably the most unrealistic conditions in the rain and the wind and everything. He still went out and got it. Ended up qualifying for state in that wild card spot. We were top 9 in the state. We ended up 6th overall, so we're top 6 in the state. And Lucky, like I said, I can't say enough about him. He committed to his craft. He really invested in everything that he's got to do there. And like I said, he's our school record holder. He ends his career at state. And hopefully we're not done. We're talking to Kingsville right now, so hopefully we can get him a spot in there. So hopefully he can continue on his athletic career at the next level for us. Mason Johns is here. He's our high jumper. Mason had a near perfect season this year. He didn't lose a meet until we got to state. He's our district champion, our area champion, our regional champion, and he finished 3rd at state. He also broke our triple jump record this year with 44 feet, which was also an exciting event to watch that at district. More importantly, I bring Mason back. He's a junior, so we get another year with him. And hopefully we get him a new high jump pit so he can kind of keep excelling. So Mason, like I said, I can't say enough about him. He talks the talk and he walks the walk. He shows up and he does what he's supposed to. So love having Mason on our team.
How did you clear, Mason?
6'6".
6'6". So hopefully we can get to the 6'8", 6'10" mark, and then we can kind of continue our athletic career as well. So that's the plan for him. Trying to convert him to be a hurdler. So. And then Caden Cypress there at the end. Caden's a sophomore. I don't know if y'all heard Caden Cypress' name, but it's probably pretty familiar around here. If you don't, he's the definition of hype. I mean, Caden is the real deal. He's our district champion in the 800, the mile, and the 2 mile. He's our area champion in the mile, the 2 mile, 800. He was a regional qualifier for the 800. We scratched him at regionals to focus on the mile and the 2 mile. He broke his own record this year, or his own school record in the 32 this year. He was 3rd place at regionals in the 3200. In the mile, he completely demoralized them at regionals. He set a 35-year-old, he broke a 35-year-old record at regionals, so he is our regional record holder and our school record holder in the mile. He went into state, coming in number 1 seeded, and we finished at state number 1. So we have a state champion on our team, we have a state medalist on our team, and we have a top pole vaulter in the state on our team. Can't say enough about our guys. I mean, these guys, they've committed to our program day in and day out. They're grinding. You'll see Sipe at 7 in the morning running, you'll see Mason jumping at 7 p.m., and you'll see Lucky vaulting at 7 p.m. Like, so all throughout the day, they're grinding, they commit to their craft, and it's an honor to have them, and a privilege to have them on my team and my program. So I can't say enough about them. And Forestville Track and Field is in good hands with the guys we have on our squad. So thank y'all for allowing us to be here today, and blessing us with the privilege to be here, and I can talk about my guys for a little bit.
Thank you, Coach, for your commitment to it. And these guys, I do see them all hours before dawn and after dusk. They're out there competing and doing everything they can to improve and get better. Phenomenal job. I know Dr. Oden's got some things.
Oh, I've got all kinds of things.
Oh,
Lucky, I tell you, I've seen those polls that y'all use, and I don't know how you do it, but I'll tell you what, your work paid off. And again, I was over there early, a lot of mornings as well, and saw you working out, and I thought, how in the world does he do that? But listen, congratulations, man, being in the state to meet and doing what you've done. Not very many young men accomplish that. And I wish you the very best of luck as you go forward in your college and your career. I look forward to seeing some good things from you. And congratulations on that. And then I'll tell you, Mason, how tall are you?
6'5".
Oh, goodness. You did 6'6"?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. When I heard that, I thought, my goodness, he's so tall. But listen, congratulations. Again, hard work pays off, guys. You've seen hard work paying off, and you've done your job. And I can't wait to see you next year. What would happen if you just won state next year? Just go ahead and do it, right? Just go ahead and get it done with, right? We'll just be state champions every year. How about that, okay? So I encourage you. Go get it. Go get it. Work hard. And listen, Caden, I've heard about you since middle school. We started talking about you in middle school. And so I knew you were something special. And I will tell you that speed does kill. But state champions also kill. You killed it. You killed it this year. Congratulations, state champion, Caden Stiper. I'm so proud of you, and we are all proud of you as a board. All you guys, you've done so well, and we're very proud of you. Go Tiger Track! Yeah.
I'll find a way. So you guys, I'll be over your left shoulder. You get.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, hold this up, okay.
Oh, you need to move over a little bit?
Yeah, just like
Okay,
a
yeah.
tiny, tiny bit. There you
Okay,
go.
very good.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, here, let me try one. We gotta find some windows here. We're still not finding the windows. We got some, you're good. I think we're good now. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Got
Hold on
it.
just a second. Parents, if you want to come up and take a picture in the middle, you're more than welcome.
All right, guys, congratulations. Shake your hand if you don't mind.
Oh, Caden, congratulations. I'm excited for it. Congratulations. I'm excited. Lucky, congratulations. Coach, thank you for all your hard work.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you all. Appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for letting me do this. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Thank you guys.
Last, we have the recognition for the Mighty Tiger Band State Solo Contest. Mr. McCarty. Mr. McCardle. He's coming in.
Come on.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having us. My name is Steve McCardle, Assistant Band Director at Forestville High School. I'm here to present to you our Advancing Musicians to State Solo Ensemble. We competed in Austin, Texas back on May 23rd. I'll have each of the students, starting on my immediate left, identify themselves with their name and their current grade level.
My name is Thomas Del Monte, and I am a senior.
Levi James Rex, I am a sophomore.
My name is Rafael Maldonado, I'm a sophomore.
My name is Malachi Biddle, I'm a freshman.
My name is Jacob Bustos, and I'm a freshman.
My name is Vivian Salinas, I'm a freshman.
My name is Our Lady Jones. I am a junior.
Awesome. Some of the students here advanced in their solo division. These students earned a silver medal for their performance. Our Lady Jones, Ryan Holcomb, and Thomas Del Monte. So, a round of applause for them. Two of our musicians here earned a gold medal for their performance, and they are Levi Rex and Rafael Maldonado. While I can provide suggestions on music that would be suitable for each of the soloists, and I have before, it's also important that these students seek out a piece that they become passionate about, working on and growing on their terms. Levi, for example, had never performed on the multi-tenors or quads, as we call them before February, and Ryan and Thomas found a selection that not many students have ever played at solo and ensemble before. So really appreciate them going out of their way to find a piece that they're passionate about. Lastly, there's some students here that also participated in a separate ensemble performance on that Saturday, and as a group earned a silver medal. They can all raise their hands that participated. I'm going to talk a little bit about the ensemble itself. The work for this ensemble started mid-January, and this is in their first qualifying performance was on February 8th, which is the earliest date we have ever been asked to participate in our region. I thought that they participated at a high level. The students buckled down, stepped up, and prepared along with their personal solos. This is the most ambitious percussion literature that I've asked them to prepare to date in the 17 years that I've been here at Floresville. I know the students would agree. I selected this work not on the music itself, but on the origin story for how the work was commissioned. Tom Rarick is the composer. He is currently a percussionist with the United States Air Force Band. He's stationed at Bolling Air Force Base, Washington, D.C. He's been there since 1997. The piece is entitled Valor Day, and if you will humor me, I'll read the forenote to the performance notes to the selection and why I picked it. Valor Day is observed at Vandergrift High School every April in honor of the life and legacy of Lieutenant Matthew Vandergrift, the school's namesake. A native of Steiner Ranch, Texas, and a 1999 graduate of Leander High School, Lieutenant Vandergrift was killed in Iraq in 2008 while serving in the United States Marine 5th Battalion. Central to the inspiration for this piece is the significance of the number 5 and the phrase second to none, both borrowed from Matthew's battalion patch, which features 5 stars along with the phrase second to none, inscribed in Latin. Coincidentally, Vandergrift High School is also the 5th high school open in Leander ISD and also adopted second to none as their school motto. Featuring a foundation in rudimental snare drum, the intervallic relationship of a second, and the reliance on rhythmic groupings of 5, Valor Day blends militaristic and modern percussive influences in celebration of Vandergrift High School's history and commemoration of Lieutenant Vandergrift's sacrifice. So that's a little bit of the inspiration for what inspired me to choose that ensemble. There's about 900 ensembles in the prescribed music list, and I thought that was a great piece to go with. It hasn't been performed in a couple of years, and it was super challenging for them. Like I said, they would agree, but they stepped up, earned a silver medal for their performance. So thank you for having me.
All percussionists, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All percussionists. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations. You know, we're always excited to have our Mighty Tiger band up here. You always represent us well. We know the countless hours and practice y'all put in. So we're really proud of y'all. Thank you for representing Floresville and making us look good all the time, because y'all always do. So we appreciate it. Congratulations.
We can go up here and take a picture real quick. Y'all come on up.
I will stand over like this. Have a word, if you don't mind.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let me take one more. 1, 2, 3.
I have it over spot. Over spot. Come on up there. All right. Congratulations. Thank you all very much. you don't mind shaking the Congratulations. Congratulations. Good to see you. Congratulations. Thomas?
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having us. If you don't mind, Thomas did ask if you could say a quick word right before on our way out. He said, take a whole minute.
Yeah. Well, I will admit I did not have this prepared, but I had a sudden burst of inspiration hearing my instructor speak. I would just like to take a second to acknowledge how much work he has put in to everything to build us to the musicians we have been. My adventure with him started in 6th grade when I had gotten here late, and he still took me in, and he allowed me to nurture my skills and build me to the musician I am today, and has inspired me to pursue my dream of being a music educator just as he is. So if we could please have a round of applause for Mr. McCardle here.
Thank you, Thomas, for saying that. We appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
You guys.
Thomas has never been short on words.
Ms. Petrie, do we have any public comments? Thank you, ma'am. We will now have the superintendent report by Dr. Hilstra.
Yes, board members, first of all, I want to congratulate the Floresville High School class of 2026. Graduation was a celebration of 286 graduates this year. It was really a great opportunity to celebrate with our families, our students, our community as a whole, reaching the milestone that is graduation. So once again, good luck to them. We look forward to all the great things that they're going to do as the class of 2026. Included in your board packet at your desk is a list of student recognitions that we've had throughout the year. Throughout the year, we've recognized a total of 196 students. Not all of students were able to come to our meetings for recognitions due to counts and numbers, but that's just a little piece of how great things are happening at Floresville High School with our kids. It was really great tonight. We've done recognitions for over 30 minutes now. It's really phenomenal. To have them reach that standard that it takes for us to recognize them. We set that bar high, and also the importance we put on it as a board and a team of 8. So congratulations to all of them, and thank you as a board for allowing us to recognize them for their accomplishments. I'd also like at this time to take an opportunity to introduce our new full-time officer to the Floresville ISD Police Department, Officer Kevin Oates. If you don't mind, step over here so they can see you real quick. There you go. Officer Oates is coming to us with 28 years of experience. He not only brings a wealth of experience as an officer, but he's also a certified police instructor, an alert instructor. He's also certified in background investigator. He has a lot of other credentials as well that I didn't want to get into and list. But you may recognize Officer Oates. He's been a reserve officer for us for about 2 years, so you've probably seen him around at different events and activities. But he is now coming on with us full-time as a police officer and will be stationed here at the ECC. Is that correct, Chief? So, Officer Oates, welcome aboard. We appreciate you being here. Also like to take a moment to recognize our new principal for South Elementary, Miss Semanita Coco Pena. Stand up, Miss Pena. Many of you may recognize Ms. Pena. She's currently a middle school assistant principal. She not only brings a wealth of experience and knowledge on curriculum instruction, but also as an AP, she's done an outstanding job of developing the operations side of the campus. So we really look forward to continue to move South forward. They've come a long way under Dr. Schluter, and no doubt you're going to keep them moving in the right direction. So we appreciate you, Ms. Pena. We did have a total of 10 applicants for that. We had a committee of 5 teachers that sat down, reviewed the applications, completed interviews. So they were a part of that interview process. But congratulations to you. We look forward to you taking over at South Elementary. Development of the budget and compensation plan continues for this next year. Conservative estimates and assumptions will be used to to build that budget based on enrollment and attendance. We estimate a reduction in revenue of approximately $1 million due to enrollment and attendance. But we anticipate to be able to present a balanced budget still, so we're still working on that. A budget workshop will be held on Monday, June the 8th at 6 o'clock for the board to review the proposed budget. A special meeting will be called on Wednesday, June the 24th at 6:30 for the board to consider approval of that budget for July 1. Don't forget that the tax rate will not be part of that meeting. That's in September, so we do that then. And since we are having a meeting in late June on the 24th, we will not have a meeting in July. So there will be no regular meeting in the month of July. As approved in the last meeting, in regular meeting in May, the sealed bid for the easement property has been published. It's been in the paper as well as on our website. This is for the easement property that's around Circle K. Sealed bids are due to central office by Thursday, June the 18th at 2 p.m. All bids submitted in a timely manner will be opened and read publicly, and the board may consider taking action on those bids at the special meeting on June the 24th. TASB SLI is June 11th and 12th in San Antonio. Again, it's a great opportunity for board members to complete their continuing education hours as well as networking with some other board members from across the state. I believe registration, we've got everybody but 2 board members registered. So we look forward to having 5 of them go. And we will make other travel arrangements as soon as those dates start coming up. I'll be getting with you on that. Per policy DC local, beginning April 1st through August 31st, the board delegates to the superintendent the authority to employ personnel contracts. An employment update has been provided with the superintendent report, so please feel free to look at that. We did include our attendance and enrollment numbers. That was not as of the last day of school, just because of trying to get the packet out. But our end of year number was 3,872 with a year-to-date attendance rate of 93.43%. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Dr. Gilstrap. Our next report is a special programs report by Ms. Brooks, Ms. Castillo, and Mr. Barnett. Ms. Barrett, I'm sorry.
Good evening, President Shadrach, Dr. Gilstrap, Board of Trustees. I am delighted to turn it over to Ms. Tanya Castillo, who's done a great job keeping the pulse of our gifted and talented program, our bilingual program, as well as starting our early college high school. So you'll get to see some numbers on that. Followed by Mr. Barrett, the principal at the high school, is going to present some updates and some highlights from our CTE program at the high school.
Okay, just making sure. Hi, good evening, Dr. Gilstrap and President Shadrach. Thank you for having me this evening. I'm going to review our gifted and talented, our bilingual education program, as well as our early college high school. Throughout the presentation, you will see photos from our GT showcases at the elementary and middle school, as well as photos from our different bilingual education events. I'm going to start with our gifted and talented program. For the 25-26 school year, Floresville ISD provided gifted and talented services to 321 identified students, which represents about 8.2% of our student enrollment. TEA recommends percents of GT students in a district is from 4 to 7%, and we're well above the state recommendation for a GT. Oh, sorry, I didn't go to the slide. Looking at our demographics for our gifted and talented program, one of the areas we've been working on is the demographic population for our students overall in the program. One way we addressed equitable participation is universal screening of all students in a grade level, which we do at kinder. A review of the gifted and talented program demographics indicates that the program needs improved participation of our Hispanic student population. According to TEA's State Plan for Education, programs should mirror the demographics of the school district by 80%. So we should have about 173, and right now we're sitting at 163. And all of our other demographics were pretty much in line. So we actually reduced that number. Last year it was 15, now we're to -10. So we're closing that gap to fill in those demographics.
Our process for identification as GT begins with every kindergarten student being screened. This is a critical component of any GT program to have universal screening. Students who score in the top 20% of a peer group are automatically referred for testing. Parent approval is required for testing. This chart shows the breakdown of the number of kindergarten students who were screened, tested, and identified. This year we identified 5 kindergarten students for GT services compared to last year we identified 11. So we also have the opportunity for any student in grades 1 through 12 to be referred for GT testing. Referrals may be made by teachers, counselors, administrators, parents, the student, and or other community members. This year, 73 students were referred for testing, with 16 being identified to receive GT services next year. This is compared to the 128 that we tested last year, with 23 being identified for services. So about 20% of the students that we are being referred are being identified for GT. Goals for the upcoming year is to offer a variety of learning experiences and opportunities for gifted and talented students in grades K through 12, and increase the number of teachers that are GT trained across the district. Okay, now I'll review our bilingual and English as a second language program. The FISD bilingual program at the elementary includes dual language, which is taught half in English and half in Spanish. So English and social studies are taught in Spanish, and math and science are taught in English. And then we also offer English as a second language, which provides supports for English language learners. At our secondary campuses, we provide just English as a second language supports. These are our current program numbers across the district. We currently have 138 emergent bilinguals in our dual language program from pre-K through 5th grade, as well as 34 English proficient students. These are students who are learning Spanish through our dual language program, and 55 students receiving English as a second language support. At the secondary, we just have ESL with 81 students at the high school and 71 students at middle school. You will notice the coding of alternative ESL with 20 students at the high school. This coding is required since we have an ESL waiver at the high school due to high school teachers not having the appropriate ESL certification. We also have a few parent denials, which are students whose parents have opted out of services for their students. Emergent bilingual students do generate specific funding in Title III and the bilingual ESL allotment. Please note that parent denials do not generate funding. Title III are funds, are federal funds, and the bilingual ESL allotment are state funds, both of which are used to enhance instruction and help English learners and immigrant students attain English proficiency and develop high levels of academic achievement in English. This year we saw a slight increase in the number of emergent bilingual students. We went from 373 to 374, it's only one. And then a decrease of 10 students from the year prior to that. Our percentage of EBs in the district increased from 9.2% to 9.6%. I think that's because our enrollment numbers went down a little bit more, so our percentages went up. Some highlights from our programming. We had 14 students from our dual language programming in elementary that received high school credit for Spanish 1. So if a student completes 5 years in dual language, they master their STAR test, they pass the Spanish proficiency assessment, they earn their high school Spanish 1 credit when they get out of 5th grade. So it gives them some advancement there. We had 3 students participate in the Region 20 Spelling Bee after winning their campus level competitions. Region 20 provided support to our high school teachers who are currently on an ESL waiver and provided content-based language instruction and a review session to prep for the ESL exam. We have 4 middle school students and 4 high school students that are going to Close Up Austin. It's an academy designed to bring the democratic process alive for students by providing hands-on opportunities to examine the history and government of the state of Texas. This is the first year we've taken high school. Typically we've taken middle school, but this year we opened it up to high school. Finally, we have 55 students who may be eligible to reclassify as English proficient once we receive all our TELPAS and STAR results. Early college high school. This is my baby. All right, I'd like to update you on our early college high school. So we started last year with our first cohort, it's 2029, so our current freshmen. We had 72 applicants, we accepted 60. They all participated in dual credit for the fall and the spring this year. In the fall, we had 94% passing of dual credit, and in the spring, we had 93%. So it's really good. So we know we're gonna have some challenges and struggles, so that's a huge percent of passing. Part of early college high school is we have those outcome-based measures that we have to meet. So in 5 years, for us to become a designated campus. So currently, our class of 2029 cohort, we're meeting all of our metrics for at-risk and eco-dis. We're also in line for emergent bilingual and our students with disabilities. Those are optional metrics, but we are in line. For our English 1 kids, 86% of our kids that are in early college high school have already passed their Algebra 1 test. So that's awesome, because our benchmark was 70 and we are well above that. There's a few metrics that don't have any data, because those come later on when they take English 2 graduation rates. And then we also have our college readiness. So we have 31% of them completely TSI ready. And then 36 that are just math, TSI, and 37 that are English. So some kids have passed math, but not English, and vice versa. Our upcoming cohort, we just accepted our 2030 cohort, our second cohort. We had an increase in applicants. We had 81 applicants this year. We did accept 60, so again, it is full. We've accepted everybody that we can. Looking at our current metrics of the incoming class, our at-risk numbers are in line, eco-dis, we're spot on. And currently, the 8th graders coming up, we have 51% of them that have already passed Algebra 1. So those 8th graders that are taking algebra in middle school. And then 3% are currently completely TSI ready. And then we had 14% that are math and 3% reading. So the math coming out of middle school is doing amazing. That's it. I'll hand it over to Mr. Barrett.
Thank you, ma'am. Great results.
Thank you. I didn't know.
And a quick update on the early college high school, 56% of those kids being economically disadvantaged. I mean, hats off to the people who've really been behind the scenes working on that. That's saving families money, and that's 56% of our kids who may not have an opportunity to attend college who now get that through Floresville High School. So it's a great opportunity.
The success rate of 94%, 93%, and those are freshmen taking college level courses. With a success rate like that is phenomenal.
Very good. Couple of updates on CTE. So currently we have our programs of study that we're offering. One of the new ones that we added this year for the first year was that construction trade. And you can see that one down here at the bottom, and we do have some data on the number of students that are sitting in that class here in a minute. We really work to kind of refine that program of study and make it more construction management focused. One of the highlights that I have on that, actually, Mr. Johnson is going this summer to get more industry certifications himself so that he can then teach the kids on those particular programs of study. So currently, this is what we're offering at Floresville High School, and we're going to talk about enrollment numbers for some of those programs. Over here in this far right column, you will see what our current course requests are for next year. When you look at those numbers, I've done the math and calculated, it's about 25% less than where we were at this year with those courses. A couple of things that attribute to that. First is our early college high school. We're rolling out 20% of our cohorts in that early college high school, so we're offering more pathways for those kids. So some kids are taking that early college high school route. Some kids are deciding to look and go towards that career route with our CTE programs of study. Also to clarify, that is based on course requests right now. We still have a handful of students who weren't here to submit their course requests, so we're calling those kids throughout the summer to try to get those kids scheduled into classes, but there will be more kids sitting in those classes. A highlight from this screen, down there, the construction management that we just implemented this year, we actually increased to 67 course requests, or almost tripled those course requests, which means we're offering more sections of that class. It's growing, it's a healthy program of study right now, and so it's doing really well. If we look at our health science, that program, even though those numbers dipped a little bit, we have to remember that we offered principles of health science in middle school. So a lot of those students are already getting some of those credits, and that's going to create a little bit of a gap in how many are actually going to request at the high school level if they decide not to jump straight into medical terminology their freshman year. We have our IBC pass rates up here as well as the number of industry-based certifications that we have pushed out. One of the big indicators here, we see the number of IBCs attempted, and I know this has been a question that we've talked about a little bit, where the number has dropped from 732 down to 528. A couple of things that that's attributed to. One was going away from the 5x5. On the 5x5, we were administering an entire course in the fall. So we were giving those IBCs in the fall and then turning around and giving them in the spring also to a whole new group of kids. So that's one thing that attributed to the number of tests that we've actually administered dropping down. The other piece of that is if we look at our IBCs earned and passing percentage, those numbers are up. That's one of the pieces that's causing us to have less IBCs attempted, because as those students are passing, we're not having to retest and retest and retest to try to get them to pass. So since our pass rates are higher, we're not having to administer as many IBCs, and we're still earning more. So that's been one of the focuses that we've had at the high school, is really aligning our curriculum with the industry-based certification so that those kids are prepared for those tests and they're successful in that. I can barely see.
Okay, so just looking at our accountability, like Mr. Barrett was saying, on our accountability from last year, we did have 87% of our students meeting that CCMR, career and college military readiness indicator, and about 53% of them did that by completing an industry-based certification. We are projecting we'll have about 92% from the 2020, I'm sorry, we had about 92% from the 2025 graduates, because this is lagging data, which would be an increase of about 5 percentage points. So it's another 15-ish kids who are now career and college ready based upon these actions. Huge increase in those IBCs, so you start to see, even though we're administering less, we're getting better at them. And so you start to see the kids are getting better. And then currently, like Mr. Barrett was saying, you might see a slight decrease in the amount of kids getting it through that IBC, but it's because they're getting it through dual credit classes. And so they're just choosing another pathway, because overall, we're still looking at a higher percentage of kids graduating ready for career and college readiness. These do have asterisks, they are projected, but we just wanted to highlight that.
So a little bit of my thunder there. One of the things that I wanted to talk about when we get to the goals, and I mean, Ms. Brooks nailed it. Our goals, when we look at these, and we're going to go back to the percentages here in a second, we have our goals at the end where we're talking specifically about what our CCMR goal is. And at the high school, one of our shifts in focus is we've really pushed hard for, being career ready, or being college ready, or being military ready. Our shift in focus this year, and that we've talked about, is for them to be college and career, or military and college. So we're really looking at getting that CCMR point in multiple domains, because ultimately that means the kid is prepared for more options when they graduate. And obviously that results in CCMR outcome bonuses and things like that. That's been one of our shifts in focus. And so when we talk about that 94% CCMR, yes, we're looking at continuing to increase that number, and we've done so over the last couple of years, but we're trying to get kids with multiple opportunities when they graduate. So they can go the career path, or they can go the college path once they get to that. And so that's one of the shifts in focus that we've really pushed towards, and that's part of that early college high school plan. Looking at our passing percentages, one thing I want to point out, yes, we have a lot of green there. We've increased our passing percentages in almost every one of our industry-based certifications that we're administering. The ones that have declined a little bit, we've tested more students in those areas. And since we're testing more students, we are getting some that are coming through and not successful in those attempts. Some of those, like specifically the digital communications, that Adobe Premiere Pro is a very, very difficult industry-based certification. Our teacher's doing a great job teaching and getting those kids prepared for it. It's a hard test. I've seen the test. It's very difficult. But one of the things that I was really proud of was specifically I don't see it up here, our health science program of study. Our health science program of study had almost 100% pass rate on that.
The difficult test was which one? The
Adobe Premiere.
Adobe.
The Adobe Premiere is a very difficult test. Yep. Adobe and Adobe Photoshop, both of those are very difficult tests, and those are the ones that we're kind of struggling with those passing percentages. Here we go. So one of the ones that I was really proud of was our health science sitting at 100%. That's huge when we talk about the amount of students who have taken that and the amount of students that are in that program of study. And those ladies work exceptionally hard to get those kids prepared. We did have a handful of kids who retested a second time and passed it their second time, which is why that percentage looks like that. On top of our IBCs that we've talked about in our programs of study, we also have several organizations within our CTE programs that students are competing on. This would be things like our CTSOs for FFA, where they have reached the state level in multiple different categories. Our ACE race team that we've implemented, which we actually went up to 2 cars this year. So we are getting more interest in that, more students involved in that. And then our TAFE program that is going to nationals, and that's going to be on one of our celebrations here in a minute as well. Those are a couple of the highlights there. And our goals, what we talked a little bit about. Yes, we're trying to increase those IBC pass rates, but our big goal is really trying to hit that CCMR point in multiple categories as we move forward over the next couple of years. Worked really hard, and I know she's not here tonight, but hats off to Miss Denise Knight, because she has really helped us out a lot in developing our CTE programs of study, being there with us as we're tracking all of our CCMR points. She's really done a lot of work to help us in that avenue. We're also looking at those CTSOs and seeing what other programs of study that don't currently have a CTSO that we could come through and start to add some of those. And then as always, we're trying to get some outreach, more community partnerships. One of the new ones we added this year was with the Price Dodge dealership for our auto kids who go there for practicum. We're constantly looking for new practicum opportunities and new partnerships in the community. All right. Thank you, board. Any questions?
Mr. Barrett, Ms. Castillo, thank you. That's all great work. Mr. Brooks, thank you.
Good information.
Very positive.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is item number 5, the consent agenda by Dr. Gilstrap.
Board members, we have a typical consent agenda with minutes from prior meetings as well as financial statements. If there's not any questions, administration recommends the board approve the consent agenda as presented.
Mr. President, I'd like to make the motion to accept the administration's recommendation to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Dr. Odom and a second by Mr. Hughes. Any further discussion on the motion? Show of hands in favor? 6-0. Thank you all. Now we will consider approval of a resolution regarding the Wilson County appraisal facility project. I think Mr. Schroller is going to take the podium, and then I believe he'll pass it on. Thank you, Mr. Schroller.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Superintendent of Schools, Board President, Board of Trustees. On May 8th, the district received notification via email that the Wilson County Appraisal District, that we know as CAD, was seeking approval by resolution to proceed with the purchase of a property, facility, such as a commercial building, to address its current space limitations and projected growth needs. In addition, district administration met with one board member, Mr. Sunday, and the CAD chief appraiser, Ms. Coldaway, during a finance committee meeting where they presented information regarding the proposed acquisition. This afternoon, the district received updated information from the Wilson CAD concerning the proposed resolution. The Wilson CAD has posted a meeting for Thursday, June 4th, to consider rescinding or amending the resolution related to the facility purchase. Based on feedback received from its taxing entities, Wilson CAD has indicated it intends to take additional time to evaluate the potential acquisition of this facility or consider alternative options at a later date. At this time, I don't know if it's going to be Ms. Caldaway, Mr. Sunday, but please come up to the podium to provide additional details and be able to possibly answer any questions the board may have.
Good evening. So as he said, we did meet with the Finance Committee. My board, I'm going to recommend on Thursday at the meeting that they rescind the resolution sent out to give us more time to meet with the entities individually, go over the process, make sure we answer any questions, get more information out, give it some more time, and then we will be bringing a resolution back at a later date.
So I know, and I appreciate you to coming back. I know we met with you a little over a week ago. There was different numbers that was presented. It was costs related to the acquisition of the new building, and then also there's other incremental costs, budget-wise, for staff and operating costs. When y'all talk about your meeting on Thursday, are those together or will they be separate? Because if you
So we have not sent our budget out yet.
Okay.
So that was just an estimate for y'all, so you knew what was going to be coming, what it looked like. Correct. Correct. We were trying to give you every area we could in advance so you could plan accordingly and make a good decision.
Yeah, I know as we shared with you a little over a week ago, and I think you've heard this evening, and we're anticipating about $1 million shortfall in income revenue sources. So yeah, we have to be very strategic on how we account for every dollar. So even though if the building's not a go, but yet you still intend on passing another $25,000 on, that's still a large number.
Right, so our budget, our preliminary budget has to be out to the entities by June 15th, and then the board has until September to actually pass one to go to the boards for approval.
And just for us, we're working on our budget now. You probably heard that. We've got a budget meeting next week,
yes,
and then we finalize our summer run toward the end of the month. So.
Yes, sir.
Board members, do you have any other further questions for Ms.
I just
Caldaway?
want to say, Ms. Caldaway, thank you for all your hard work at CAD. And, you know, this was with timing as well as with amounts and everything else. I think you are getting some of that feedback back, but just want to thank you for your hard work and Mr. Sunday, the board as well. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Mr. Schultz?
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Caldwell.
Board, despite this recent update from the Wilson CAD, district administration recommends that the board take action to decline the current proposed resolution. Doing so will ensure the district has formally established its position should Wilson CAD be unable to convene or take action at its called meeting. Board of Trustees, with that said, do you have any questions? If there are no questions, administration recommends the board not approve the resolution as presented, and the board understands that the Wilson CAD will be meeting at a later time.
I'll move to accept administration's recommendation.
I second.
We have a motion by Mr. Fleer and a second by Dr. Martinez. Any further questions or discussion on the motion made? Show of hands in favor? 6-0.
Thank you, board.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we will consider the approval of the Discipline Alternative Education Program interlocal agreement with participating ISDs for the 2026-2027 school year.
Good evening, Mr. Shadrack, Dr. Gilstrap, and members of the board. This evening I'm bringing to you the DAEP or Disciplinary Alternative Education Program Agreement for the 26-27 school year. It is the same agreement as we approved last year for the 25-26 school year. It sets a base fee based on the individual contracting district's UIL classification, the high school classifications. In addition to that base fee, and if you want to see those base fees, they're on page 4 of the agreement. In addition to that base fee, the contracting district shall pay the fiscal agent, which is Floresville ISD, a daily rate for each student assigned to the DAEP. That daily rate for 26-27 is the same as it was last year at $40 per student per day. Do you have any questions? The participating districts will be the same as it was this year. It's Fall City, Karn City, Poth, and Floresville. Any questions? If If there are no questions, then administration recommends the board approve the Disciplinary Alternative Education Program, or DAEP, interlocal agreement with Fall City, Karn City, Poth, and Poth ISD for the 26-27 school year as presented.
I move to accept the administration's recommendation.
A second.
We have a motion by Mr. Muse and a second by Dr. Martinez. Any further discussion?
On the motion made, show of hands in favor.
6-0. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Engel. We will now consider the approval of the option. What's that? We will now consider the approval of the optional flexible day program application renewal. How you doing, sir? Good afternoon.
So good evening, Board of Trustees, Dr. Gilstrap. Thank you for the opportunity to share a brief update on the FAST program as we wrap up our third year. I'll highlight student progress, program impact, and plans for next year. We're also seeking renewal, of course, of the optional flexible school day program application to continue FAST for the 2026-2027 school year. Okay, so FAST program was established in July of 2023. I wanted to point out as we go through this presentation that we have a lot of student feedback on multiple slides that kind of talk about the program and the successes that they've had going through it. So take some time to just kind of read through them. This one, my time at FAST, has been incredibly rewarding. I've grown both personally and professionally, and I'll always be grateful for the relationships I've built and the positive environment I got to be a part of. It's definitely an experience I'll look back on with appreciation. So some good feedback from our students so far. So as far as the FAST program and the overview of what FAST is, of course, it's the 4-hour time limit, or the 4-hour, I guess, minimum that students have in a week to complete their academic requirements. So of course, we encourage more than just the 4 hours. Most of our students are going up to 6 or 8 hours, sometimes more than that, just to satisfy their academic requirements. So we do this to try to meet the goals of the students. The type of students that we target are students who are at risk of dropping out, students that have extenuating circumstances that might prevent them from coming to school full-time, or we just have students that they just struggle getting to school and they have attendance issues. So that's really our target. Our primary goal of FAST is to create opportunities for academic success tailored to each student's unique circumstances and diverse needs. So some of our successes in meeting our CCMR requirements were pretty decent this year. We had 13 of our 14 graduates that actually met the CCMR requirement. Okay, and that was done through IBCs. It was also done through Texas Bridge program, where it kind of indicates that they're college ready as well. So we're really proud of that success that we had with our program. So like I said, we had 14 students that completed the FAST program and graduated in the 25-26 school year. Incoming students to start the 26-27 school year, right now we're looking at 3 students that we have as potential starts for this coming school year. Okay, but we're still going through the process of looking at transcripts, working with the high school to see if we can identify more so that we can grow that program a little bit for this coming year. FAST students made up to 4.9% of this graduating class. So
it's a big number. You don't think about it. You hear the number 14, but when you look at it as a percentage, like, wow, I would have never thought that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Also want to point out this comment down here. I'm grateful for the FAST program and Mrs. Gilstrap. I may have not graduated without them. So I will tell you, Mrs. Gilstrap is the coordinator for our FAST program, and she's done an excellent job. She's actually improved it considerably from when we started. So kudos to her. Just wanted to make sure she got a little shot.
But she'll pass that along, right?
She'll watch the video.
She better watch the video. Absolutely. So our overview and our 3-year comparison, what we had going on at FAST. When we started at 23 and 24, we had 13 students that enrolled and we had 11 graduate. We also had 3 students that were going to carry over into the 24-25 school year. When we started the 24-25 school year, we had 11 students that enrolled and we had 5 that graduated. And for the 25-26 school year, we had 7 that were going to carry over. For this year, we had 15 that actually enrolled and we had 14 that graduated. And as I said, we have 3 potentials. So our numbers are improving. So we're trending in the right direction for sure. So what's new for FAST this coming year? So we have an informational video that's being created right now that's going to go out to the assistant principals and the high school counselors, so that way they can facilitate that video down to students that are potentials and their families, so they can get some general information about FAST. Also, we've updated the application. We've taken out some of the verbiage, just updated it, some things that we didn't need, made it a little bit easier for the students to get through the application process. And of course, the last thing that we have, this one I'm really excited about. So every 9 weeks, we're gonna have some kind of like checklist or assessment that we're gonna do with the students to make sure they're reaching their targeted academic goals. And we're gonna encourage them to, you know, get a little bit better, you know, try to make sure they come in a little bit more often. Also, it gives us an opportunity that if they're not doing what they're supposed to, or they're not reaching their targeted goals, they could potentially be put on a probation period or have them exit the program if it's just not a fit for them or it's not successful for them. So, in closing, the FAST program continues to make a positive impact on student success. Over the past 3 years, we've seen students re-engage with their education, earn credits towards graduation, and achieve important academic milestones. The flexibility of the program allows us to meet students' individual needs while maintaining high expectations and keeping them on a path towards graduation. Are there any questions about the program?
Mr. Rios, I'd like to say that I got to meet 2 of the students last week that are graduating because of this FAST program.
Yes, sir.
And I will tell you, they were excited, and I got to meet them last Wednesday. In fact, I was introduced to them, and they were so excited and so appreciative of the opportunity, and I was excited for them because that 4.9%, I got to meet 2 of those students, and it was exciting to meet them and to engage with them, and they were very, very thankful.
It's great. It's great that the school district provides that opportunity for them versus letting them drop out or whatever else. So
Yes.
that's a great thing.
Very much so.
I know we get phone calls from parents outside the district. Hey, we hear about this program. It's only for our students. We hear from parents or from students that are in the district, and hey, I want to go over there and do that because it's this, or it's only 4 hours. No, you don't understand what this is for. This is for those students this is your last chance. I'm fixing to drop out of school. Here's my last chance to get to kind of save those kids and be that lifeline for them to complete their education. So kudos to the program, Mr. Rios, and him running this program, really seeing the need for it. It represents 5% of our graduating class. And whenever we're talking about completion rates, dropout rates, this is what affects that in the biggest way. We talk about chronic absenteeism. This is part of the solution to that. And so while it may be small in numbers, it makes a huge impact on the kids that it affects. So thank you for your hard work. And every year the board has to approve the application. And so that's why it's before you today for approval.
So with that being said, at this time, administration recommends that the board approve the renewal of the optional flexible school day program application as presented.
I move to accept the administration's recommendation.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Dr. Martinez, a second by Mr. Cleary. Any further questions or discussion on the motion? Show of hands in favor. I've got 6-0. Thank you all.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, sir. That's great stuff. Now we will consider approval of the TEA low attendance waiver. Mr. Schroller.
Good evening again. Yes, sir. On January 26, 2026, concerns about cold weather affected student attendance at all campuses within the district. Districts or campuses may request a waiver to exclude certain instructional days from ADA and FSP funding calculations if attendance on those days drop at least 10 percentage points below the prior school year's overall average attendance for the district or specific campus. Such waivers apply when absences are due, such as this, inclement weather, health issues, or safety-related events. I believe you have it in front of you going from left to right. That's the high school, followed by the middle school, South Elementary, North Elementary, Early Childhood Center, DAP at 87.64, JJ at 100, and then the district there, if you're able to see that. Any questions, board?
Are there other days that would be eligible, or did we review all the days?
We reviewed all the days, yes,
All
sir.
the days, just only one qualified.
We better review all those days so we
Could
can
you-
get the funding.
Could you claim up to how many? 3 potentially?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we only found that one specific day
That is
that met the
correct. For
criteria
this current school
from the
year.
prior year.
Yes, sir. Seems like we've had inclement weather the last couple years. With that said, administration recommends the board approve the TEA low attendance waiver as presented.
I move to accept the administration's recommendation.
I second that.
We have a motion by Mr. Muse and a second by Dr. Odom. Any further questions or discussions on the motion made? There is none. Show of hands in favor. 6-0.
Thank you, Board of Trustees.
Thank you all. Coming to the end of it. Last, we will consider the approval of the contract with Inc. for the 2026-2027 Head Start program. Ms. Brooks.
Good evening again. Okay, so it is time for us to consider our partnership again with Innovative Network Knowledge, or Inc. We currently partner with them to help facilitate the Head Start program. We currently are proposing continuing 6 Head Start classes at the FISD Early Childhood Center, which will serve 114 students. Those classes are capped, so it will be the 114. That'll be ages 3 and 4. These classes offer this same curriculum, and they operate very similarly to our FISD classes. Inc. also helps to provide wraparound services for families, as well as facilitate things like school supply needs. And so really they offer a wealth of information to our families, as well as our teachers, providing some extra coaching support. The contract before you is the same from the previous year, except there is a small increase in the amount of funds that they'll be providing to us. Ideally, they provide about 50% of the teacher salary and then 100% of the aide salary. It's really just under 50% even with the increase, but there is a $12,000 increase in this year's contract. Other than that, everything else is the same. Are there any questions?
How much revenue total is it?
300,000 through this
300,000.
partnership. Okay, if there are no further questions, then administration recommends the board approve the contract with Innovative Network of Knowledge, or Inc. for the 26-27 Head Start program as presented.
I move that we approve this contract.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Shellhouse and a second by Mr. Fleer. Any further questions or discussions on the item? Seeing none, show of hands in favor. 6-0.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. The board will now convene into executive session pursuant to the Texas Governmental Code 551.07 personnel. No voting will take place in the closed session. Any action the board wishes to take as a result of the discussion in the closed session will take place after the board reconvenes in an open meeting. We will go in at 7:52. The board will now reconvene in open session at 8:41. We will now consider an approval of any action items to consider to take possible action regarding the superintendent interim position.
I move to direct the superintendent as discussed in executive session.
I second that.
We have a motion by Mr. Fleer and a second by Dr. Odom. Any further discussion on the motion? I see none. Show of hands in favor. 6-0. Thank you all. We have now concluded our agenda for this meeting. Was there any further business? I see none. This meeting is adjourned at 8:41.